G'day everyone, Kim here, and in this video I'm trying out gouache. I've got a set of 10 here from Winsor & Newton. That includes white and black, 2 yellows, 2 reds, 2 blues, a green and yellow ochre. I'm going to begin by swatching each colour out individually. On my page, I've already laid down a dark bar of Payne's grey and let it dry. By painting over the top of this bar, I can see how opaque each colour is. I then gradually dilute the stroke to see how it changes from pure pigment to more transparent. I also added a small strip of white next to the primary red. By using this technique when painting over a dark colour, it helps to let the true colour show on top. Next, I practiced blending and using different consistencies by making a gradient. I followed a tutorial by Mary Sanch. You can see the description or cards for a link. First, a layer of blue is put down on the top half, then the red from the bottom to meet in the middle. Using a wet brush or a bit of blue or red, I repeatedly brush over from the middle to blend. Adding a bit of white to the colours helps it blend more smoothly. I now felt confident enough to try making 2 small practice landscapes from my imagination. Originally, these were supposed to show the difference between using a watercolour base or starting straight from gouache. However, I didn't end up using watercolours. The difference between the top 2 landscapes became about leaving the paper blank for the clouds or adding white gouache on top of the sky. I didn't notice a difference when laying down layers on top of either diluted or thick gouache as long as it was dry. I found that the paint dried quite quickly. I also found that my rinse water got very dirty and felt that I was wasting a lot of paint, but I think with practice I'll get a better feel for how much paint and water I need and waste less. At the bottom, I made a third landscape with diluted gouache to behave like watercolour. I tried to work from dark to light so as not to muddy the colours, but I did have to keep adding darker darks and lighter lights because of the drying shift. This is where the colours look different when they're wet compared to when they're dry, and in general, as they dry, they move towards a mid-tone. Finally, I made some mixes to see how the secondary colours looked, so green, orange and purple. And adding a bit of white does help them mix to a vibrant colour. On the right side, I added black to make darker tones. Now it's time to take these outside and do a plein air. My subject was the tree in my front yard, and I chose to include the top of the hedge in the painting because the light was making the top leaves a nice bright green. While I was painting, I didn't really think much of my page, but gradually it came together and now I quite like it. Compared to watercolours, these are very vibrant, which I like, but I think I'll need to practice using a muted palette to more accurately capture what I see in nature here in Australia. I also want to figure out how to take these travelling without the issues of drying out and cracking. At least now I'm not afraid to use gouache anymore, and I can see myself using it like this, or just for a bit of touching up over watercolour. Let me know if you've got any tips for using gouache, or share your experience using it in the comments. I'll leave some links in the description to some great gouache artists who have tutorials if you want to try it for yourself. See you in the next video, everyone.